Have you spoken to Patrice since you've been out?
No, I think we spoke back and forth like once on Instagram, but haven't like messaged or anything.
Because he kind of dipped, and then I was like, I wonder if he's going to be like part of the post inside universe.
No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What, like getting involved in UK YouTube?
I think,
yeah.
I think if I was
Catch him
messaging
streaming
him, I would get a reply if I was to like message
Do you reckon
him,
you could
but
get him on a little stream?
I think you don't know with
try.
him. You actually just don't know.
Is he a
with
bit of a
him.
renegade? Just like one day he might just pop up like,
He
yo,
might
I
just
want to
be
join.
like, "Oh, man, why not?" And then just it would just be on
PE3.
Yeah, just some sort of stream. I don't even know what he'd like. What would I get him to do?
Yeah, I
Just
don't.
crossbar challenge with Patrice Evra.
Oh, that's actually honestly not a bad shout. Yeah.
What does he get up to on a day-to-day basis?
He just fucks about in Dubai. I don't know where he does.
No,
is
does
that
he
where
live
he
in
lives?
Dubai?
Yeah, he lives in Dubai now.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, he's just securing a bag. Every time I see him, he just pops up at like corporate events.
Yeah.
Does a little speaking gig.
You've
Probably
gotta-
gets paid 50 grand, 100
Can't
grand.
respect it.
Then dips off back to Dubai.
Is there a group chat of all the contestants?
Yeah, except Patrice isn't in it.
What? He's
Fair
just
enough.
big dicking everyone.
Yeah, no, he just didn't
So,
give
like-
everyone his number.
Oh, really? Is that actually what it
I
was?
think people were asking for his number. I didn't, so I was just like,
What? And he was there like,
Yeah.
no.
yeah, I think DDG's got his real number. I think Jason might do, but nobody else does.
Has
Fair
anyone
enough.
said anything like, after all of the quote unquote bullying stuff got to happen on social media?
Not in the group chat. I think,
That must be an awkward group chat.
yeah.
There's a few people in there that don't get along. You should just put a little gif in there, see what happens.
Yeah, no, I don't think nobody said anything in the group chat. I've messaged Whitney and Mandy just to be like,
Hope you're Gucci.
yeah, like, no, we didn't exactly see eye to eye, but hope you're all good.
That's nice of you.
Yeah.
You're a
but-
good man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, I don't think anything's really sort of been said amongst people. But I think at this point, it just feels like you're dragging it. It was even if it's like a week after, but people are already commenting like, "Oh, we get it. You're on inside."
Who was the main beef between?
You got milk in there.
There wasn't really any beef. I think the main beef was like Mandy and PK, just from because of the way that happened and how she left, and then obviously the reunion. But somehow Jason's managed to worm his way into the mix, and now it seems like it's between those.
He loves
two.
it, bro. He's a renegade.
Oh, he's
just running riot.
We did a stream the other day, and it was me, Sinner, him, and Millie, and he was just trying to throw shade and ask questions that he knew that we
Clip
want
farming
to
it.
ask, and he was just like loving it. But what's funny, and he'll admit it himself, as soon as he's out of the UK, he'd do that. When he was here, absolutely nothing was said,
Really?
and like to their faces, nothing was said. But then as soon as he's left, he's out there just waggling his tongue
Little
around in
dog.
the air as he's.
I rate it. Was there a particular scene from there, or like incident, or like funny moment that happened that didn't get aired and you were surprised it didn't get aired? Because I know there was obviously a lot of content. I mean, it literally is being filmed 24/7. But like, was there one bit where they're like, "Oh, I really wish that was in there. It was so good."
So much didn't get aired. Like there was, I mean, if you're talking about drama, Jason made Maya cry.
Oh no! Why, did he just say something?
I think he said something about her having pretty privilege and she didn't take it very well. And then something about that I found so funny about Jason in there is whenever he felt like one of these little plates that he was spinning had like fallen off, he'd be like groveling to them like, "No, I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean it." He was just thinking he was just gonna get voted out, so he was like trying to be in everyone's good books, like going around.
While
He woke
stirring
up
the pot.
Yeah, he woke up and had so much admin to do. He was just going around like trying to make sure everybody was on his side. So I feel like that's the only real sort of like quote unquote drama that got cut. I think Mandy and Millie's eliminations were a little bit more dramatic, let's say, than was let on by how it was cut.
What happened?
Funny.
You can't say that and not tell us.
That wasn't even like a question. That was like a heckle. What happened?
Tell us then.
Wait, what happened?
Beat around the fucking bush.
Yeah, I think Mandy and PK just had more of a back and forth. And I don't know what went down with the girls when Millie left, but there was it seemed like a disagreement there, and that's why it just cut to the hugs, and you could tell some of the hugs weren't
just
like,
genuine.
yeah. Also, she had a room 19 that was quite loud.
She had a what? A room 19?
Yeah. Sort of the exit.
Is that the diary room?
Yeah, like the exit interview. I feel like he was quite loud and people were listening on it. And
Wait, I've got a question actually. Sorry. You know how you said there's no roof?
Yeah.
What about the diary room? Can you hear everything that's being said there? Surely not.
No, you can't. I think that's got a roof. Yeah, the shop, the temptation room, and
They had roofs.
and the processing room all had
I
roofs.
feel like they need to. You need to soundproof those.
Yeah,
rooms, 'cause
mate,
that's
that's where the
good
drama
shit
happens.
Yeah. But yeah, when someone's in a temptation room or something, you're told not to go down there. And
Just so you can't
you
hear
have
what
to
it is.
Stay in the living room. What else got cut? We had a massive Nerf gun fight that got cut. Basically, all that was shown was me just peppering PK with Nerf gun bullets. I bought a scary clown mask that got cut, but put on the scary clown mask and got everyone to hide. I had the big Nerf gun and I put 200 rounds in it. And I had to go in and there was like a base that people had to get to.
Oh, so you guys are just playing like mini games?
Yeah, and I went in and was like just peppering people. They'd flipped beds up so that I couldn't shoot them. Jason tried to hop over a bed and cut his shin open.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Yeah,
Because when
it
you
was-
get a Nerf gun brand deal, they tell you you're not allowed to shoot it at people.
Well, it wasn't enough.
I don't think it was a brand deal though.
Oh, it wasn't actually a branded thing.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well, I think I played Stuck in the Mud.
Well, all these, to
played
be
loads of
fair, to
Mafia.
pass the time, you must have
Yeah.
just been
Got
there
to
like,
do that shit, right?
Yeah.
you know what would have been ideal? I don't know if it was ever on the list, but just like a deck of cards.
Well, the Sidemen tried to flog their games in there.
Oh, okay. So they needed to
Yeah, there was like a cheaper items on the menu, and then like whatever the name of their card games were, and we were like, what's that? I was like, probably something shit. And then we never bought it. And then at the end, they just gave us they just gave us the loads of stuff for free, and it was like their cards.
and you're like, oh,
and
shit.
sort of everything sounded like they just kept going like, you guys should probably play some of the games we've given you. Nobody was even touching the cards.
Play the fucking card games.
I'm sure they're good, but yeah, cards were just, I don't know, yeah, it was.
If you were to change one thing about it, what would you do?
Oh, that's a good question. Thanks for asking that.
I got you, bro.
I'm gonna shit my.
I think make it longer.
2 weeks, you reckon?
I think 2 weeks genuinely would amp things up, because I felt after a week you're institutionalized. You are that is your life, and yeah, like I don't know. Maybe don't let people go outside for like vape or smoke breaks or like for fresh air. That sounds like so bad. But as soon as I went outside after one of my room 19s and saw outside, I was like, oh, like that world is only like the main thing in our lives. Everything else is just going on as normal. But while you're in there, that the only thing you know is inside.
I think it's a legal requirement though that they have to let you out for a little smoke.
I reckon they can get around it.
Well, the thing is, if they actually had like their own house and thingy where the outdoor bit was part of
Like
the
a
set,
balcony or something.
Yeah.
part of
garden.
it. Yeah. Well, the whole thing, if it's supposed to feel, I don't know, kind of like I guess a prison-y vibe or
You have
whatever,
a house where they've got the
then
outdoor.
you could
bit.
have the yard.
Yeah, that would be, a yard would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be quite cool, actually. Yeah, and then
prison yard.
Literally,
That
yeah,
would be
like that.
sick.
And you could buy like activities for the prison yard.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be better then if it was an actual house with a yard rather than the studio?
yeah, I feel like the studio does make. I get why the studio makes sense, and I feel like
Easier to
you
rig
can
up,
make
innit?
it more.
Custom.
More homely, but I don't think that's the idea. I don't think they want it to be homely.
Nah.
They want you to just go
Suffer.
fucking insane, and it just be walls and like, yeah.
So when you were going to sleep, The lights were on.
No, I think Joe said that his year they didn't fully turn the lights out and he was just
That
going
would be
insane.
Awful though.
But yeah, so our lights eventually went out after everyone got into bed. But yeah, it's like, I mean, you know how bright studio lights are. Pretty much as soon as when you wake up, those just immediately on, and then just JJ's voice. Hello, motherfuckers! And you're like, oh, fuck up!
How many hours of sleep do you reckon you were actually getting?
I don't,
Because you don't know the times, right?
Genuinely couldn't tell you, like,
Damn,
7 hours maybe.
that's not bad.
Yeah, but I was in like that's the time frame that they were giving you. I don't know if that is. I think we were told we were getting to bed like 1 or 2 a.m. every night, and I think they were changing our wake ups based on that.
Right.
But I think they wanted us to get us up earlier, but
Mate, the problem is like in those things, it's so boring. Like sleep would just be the best way to pass time. Anyone ever hit like any nice snooze naps? Like,
you weren't allowed to.
No napping.
If you were getting in bed and like say if you wanted to stay in bed and just put your duvet over there,
Yeah.
be like, guys, you have to get up. Like take your duvet up and
Fuck off! Let me get a
Yeah.
quick nap. Or you'd be
Yeah.
human about that.
first thing in the morning. You have to go to the end of your bed, put your mic pack on, like before you speak to anyone. What else? There was just like a load of that shit. I think PK at one point maybe fell asleep in the living room, but
Wake
I didn't get woken up. A couple of us fell asleep in the ball pit. That was the best purchase we made in there, by the way. £500, and it was just a really comfy like ball pit.
Yeah, that's so smart. There must have been. Were there some things in there? You're like, yeah, that's a bargain. That was great value for money.
Oh, 90% of things I bought, the best purchases I've made in my life. Granted, the harmonica was fairly expensive.
Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 grand, wasn't it?
Harmonica was £4,000.
Worth it.
Yeah.
I spent £3,500 on 7 Nerf guns and extra ammo. I bought lube for £200.
Did you use the?
I tried to make a shuffleboard table on the table tennis table. It didn't work.
Anybody have a wank?
No, they did. I mean, not to my knowledge. They did provide condoms.
Nobody got freaky.
No, PK dropped a condom at the foot of Patrice Evra when he walked in, and
Let's get to work,
and
boy.
then sort of went like, Patrice, what the hell have you? And then Patrice was like, oh no, this is not mine. This is not mine. And then sort of like, look, the girls were like looking at him a bit weird, and he was like, no, I swear, this is not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, what were we saying?
No, just about the different things that you bought, value for money.
Oh yeah, I bought £100 of profiteroles.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Which is cheap considering what the other foods were in there.
Spend that in M&S.
Yeah, I bought. Yeah, that was basically all I bought. I bought £200 of scary masks and £500 on a ball pit, which in like
I'd say that's all pretty good.
Grand scheme of things, I think I spent under 20k, maybe.
The 293k. Do you know what any of them have spent any of the cash on yet?
I don't know. I think they received it this week, maybe. So if they've gone through it, then it's like.
Did anyone say what? Has anyone said what they're actually going to spend it on yet? I don't know. It's pretty much $100,000.
But you get taxed on it, yeah?
You do get taxed on it, yeah.
Is it a competition winnings?
I don't know.
Do
it
you
must
get?
be.
You must do, because I remember even in like Mr. Beast games.
They get taxed, but that's different. It's based on the
No, but-
state / country, right?
I think a previous winner did get taxed.
Yeah, well, the winner of Mr.
Yeah,
Beast
but that's
games got
America.
taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, even in the UK,
They might have different rules for prize winnings.
Yeah, like we've got different lottery rules and stuff, don't we? I don't
Maybe.
know though, but I reckon probably.
Yeah, I think you may get taxed on it, but yeah, I think PK got the 110 because of his temptation room that we gave him.
yes.
What was that?
So there was a load of piggy banks in this room, and they were just like, the person who smashes the piggy bank with the money in it can get 10 grand, but takes 30 grand off the total. And we were like, well, then take it.
Yeah, you lot was burning through cash differently to end up with 300,000. I forget what season 1 ended up.
I think
on.
it was less.
Less than that, right?
No, season 1 ended up on like 150k.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Remember 2 days before the final, spent 50 grand on a group feast, and then the next day, midday, spent 25 grand on a group feast. That's 75k.
Yeah,
Both
so you
times
can
of
see.
which I was saying, let's not do this. This is a bad idea. Because we didn't realize it could have been a 3-way split. That's what, 37,500 each extra?
Yeah. But and
Shit.
I hope going forward that you can't have splits no more.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see somebody walk home with 300 grand there.
Yeah. Plus, also, when we were in there, everyone was I think it was DDG who was the main, he was the one arguing for the group feast the most.
Right.
And I was going like, no, it doesn't make sense. We've he was like, but it's literally our last night.
Exactly.
Number one, it's not. But also, because we literally had 2 more nights after that. But number 2, that should be more of a reason to not spend the money because we're so close. You could just get an extra 25 grand each. I think it'd be good for morale if we all get. But what do you mean? We had already eaten dinner by this point. People had meal upgrades. People had snacks. This was we actually got the pizzas, I think, about 20 past 11 p.m.
What's the pointless?
The group feast they didn't even realise was going to be bought at any point because we'd had our meal. So all the food vans and everything just weren't making food. So they literally said over the tannoy, like, we're going to have to order in. It's going to be like half an hour, just hold tight. So we just had lukewarm Domino's pizza.
I was going to ask
8 of
question.
them between 6 of us. Most of it wasn't eaten. So it was the biggest waste of money ever.
Would you say that was the biggest waste of money?
110%.
Yeah.
And I cream pied Ethan for 20 grand.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great moment, by the way.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was good fun.
Breaking the fourth wall there, huh?
Yeah.
That was good. About the cold food, was a lot of it, because this would actually be one of my biggest things. I can't have cold food when it's supposed to be warm. It's the same with pizza. I can't have cold pizza. Yeah.
A little cold
I know
pizza.
people always say this, like
Especially
the
when
next
it's been on
day.
the floor or the couch.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure you could have put it on the floor and on the couch.
No,
there,
but when it's been on by accident, you're like, fucking floor pizza.
You speak in memes like that is such a little brain rotty meme thing to say. Fuck it, floor pizza.
I'm 30, by the way. I've just become self-aware.
his brain is so fried.
You're turning into Elon Musk. I am become self-aware.
Oh no.